air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is your predictive reading. We're going to take a look for you and see like the energies coming out for you as we move forward. And like, share, comment. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Having technical difficulties, so the setup looks a little different because I'm having to record on my phone instead of my laptop. I hope the sound is coming out good. When I played it back, it actually sounded pretty clear, and so I think we should be okay. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. Hit the bell if you are subscribing for the first time. Let's take a look here. What is the energy coming out for my air signs? I hope you guys are well. Okay, for the air signs. And I started your reading. I also started over. So I pulled out new cards for you, my air signs. And so we're going to take a look at kind of like the energy around you right now, or this could be energy you're experiencing right now as well. I have trapped, shattered, apology, cute little kitty, and hopeless. Ooh, so the energy or where you are right now, kind of like the vibe feels very frustrating. I don't know if there's like difficulties that you're dealing with right now. Maybe you are somewhere where you don't necessarily want to be. Maybe you are trying to move in a way, and maybe you are restricted in some type of way or feeling limited. You're not really able to move in the way that you want to move right now. For some of you, you could be just feeling irritated, not wanting to deal with nobody right now. I get this sense of inner frustration that you are feeling right now. You may be upset with somebody, and you don't want to deal with nobody because you're feeling what you're feeling, with trapped and with shattered, with apology and hopeless. It just feels like a really frustrating energy that's around you. Now, if this is not your energy, this could definitely be the energy of someone that may be projecting onto you. For someone, you could be having difficulty sleeping right now, feeling just like things may not be, moving the way that you want them to. You may be holding on to things that you don't want to release for whatever reason, with apology here. Maybe you're acting, for some of you, emotionally, maybe irrationally, because of some frustration, something that has you in your emotions. This could be someone in your current environment that's projecting this kind of energy on you. But it's really, I don't know, it's frustrating energy. And you know how you wake up on those days and you're like, and you turn over and you're ready to go right back to sleep as soon as you got up? It's like that kind of energy. Like, don't even want to deal with the day. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling. I'm sorry if this is the energy that you are encountering right now. Hopefully it's not you, and it's somebody possibly that is in your environment. This is very difficult energy. It just feels like things are just, if you could just scream, you would. That's what it feels like to me. And so this could be a very frustrating time for someone right now. Now, if this is not your energy, if things are actually going good for you, then someone may be feeling this way about you, just frustrated. You're not acting right. If this is somebody else feeling this way about you, you're not acting right. They feel that way, like you're not acting right. Let's see, what questions does my air signs have? I don't know if you're having to deal with somebody that you don't necessarily want to deal with right now. I get that energy. There's someone in your energy that you don't really want to deal with, or this could be, how someone's feeling about you. Now, when it comes to the questions that may come up, we have the North Node that came out. This could talk about something that you're worried about right now. This could be something that you are worried about, how to move forward when the time is right. Like you're worried about something that may in fact be questioning. It may be causing you to question, something about, for some of you, those of you that are religious, it may be causing you to question your faith. If you're not religious, you could just be questioning like what you're believing right now. With North Node here, you may be questioning whether or not you are where you're supposed to be right now. And if you are where you're supposed to be, you may be asking, why do things feel so difficult right now? And for some of you, you may be asking, like, what purpose is this serving? What benefit am I getting out of this, right? I also have Taurus. I have Jupiter, and I have the 7th house, and this was North Node. And so with Taurus, this is all about possibly having questions about how to sustain right now, how to maintain, what you have going right now. Maybe even a consistent flow of income, a consistent flow of whatever you have coming in that helps you to live practically, right? There may be questions about that right now. There may be questions about, what you've put out thus far, and it may be messing with your trust and your beliefs, right? And it may be causing you, in this Taurus energy, it may be causing you to just really be very blunt, very straightforward, and not sugarcoat anything. It's like, I almost feel like the energy, closed mouths don't get fed. When you realize that, it's like you don't have time to really be, sugarcoat things. You have to be straightforward and let it be known. I get that energy with Taurus. And really take control of a situation. You may be wondering how you can do that in your current setup. I also have Jupiter here. Now, Jupiter is bringing in very beautiful energy. This is energy that brings in a lot of fortune. But there's also certain lessons that we could be learning. There could be certain lessons that you're teaching someone right now. If this is not you in this very frustrated energy, this could be someone connected to you. There may be something you are teaching them, some type of positive lesson that's going to benefit them on the in the long run. That's going to help them to grow and expand, right? It's almost like the energy of no pain, no gain, right? There's some difficulty that might be being dealt with up front, but on the back end of it, of this lesson, is going to benefit in some type of way or cause some kind of expansion here with Jupiter. And if this is you, you may be trying to decipher like what that's going to be. It's like, okay, so what is the benefit of this, right? Going back to the North Node, like, what am I getting out of this? What's the benefit of going through this? You may be asking this question right now. You also may be asking for some type of, for some of you, you may be asking for some type of access. You're asking to be granted some type of access to some type of flow that's going to lead to good fortune. For some of you, you are asking for assistance or to be granted some kind of access to something that's going to open up some type of positive benefit for you. Expansion. Jupiter is all about expansion and growth. And expanding, right? And so it's almost like you are, for some of you, you're asking how you can tap in to something that's going to help you grow or expand. For some of you, it could be higher learning. Learning did come out here. Higher learning of some kind that's going to give you the opportunity to walk through some open doors. It could be plugging in to some type of system or something like that. You're being asked, or you are asking to be granted access. I also have the 7th house which is all about balance. This is bringing in Libran energy, which is an air sign, and I'm getting the energy of justice. But there's some energy of wanting or questioning how you can balance out. This could have something to do with your connections, your relationships. You may be asking how you can, I feel like, move in a way that's going to be harmonious or balanced or cooperative, right? With those that you're connected to. For some of you, this could be your partners. For some of you, this could be those that you are working with. It could be any kind of relationship that you're looking and asking how you can balance this thing out. If it is you that's feeling like weighed down right now, you're looking for answers and solutions. You're looking for ways that you can handle this in the very best way possible. And you're looking to have it done fairly. You're looking for things to happen in a fair way. And so those could be things that you're asking, questions around what you're experiencing right now. And I feel like it has a lot to do with asking, like, what am I learning right now? Like, what's the purpose of all this? Especially if you are having a difficult moment. You may be questioning your core values and beliefs right now. You may be asking for help or assistance or direction or guidance. You could be the one that's guiding someone or directing or teaching some kind of lesson. It just feels like you have a desire to not end up, to not end this situation, whatever this difficulty is. You're looking to have it transact fairly in the 7th house. You're looking for diplomacy here. That means like fair relations, things to be balanced, things to be done right in a just way. And so you may be asking for that in your situations right now or your connections. So what challenges do you have right now, my air signs? All right, I have commitment coming out. That came out for my water signs. You could be connected to a water sign. Don't have to be. So I have commitment, preparation, and trickery. Interesting. And so your challenges coming up could have something to do with commitment. I don't know if you are someone who is just not wanting to. When we talk about commitment, we're talking about making a pact to work with someone in a way where you're making an agreement, right? Where it's going to be beneficial. Not only will you get something beneficial out of it, but the other person will. It's entering into contracts that are equally beneficial, not one-sided, not unbalanced. There's something about that here that's coming in as a challenge. And trickery is coming out as well. And so there may be a need to be careful who you are entering into contracts with, right? Be careful of, what looks good. It may not necessarily be good, especially if it's requiring you to sign a contract. You may need to understand contractual language. You may need to hire legal assistance, someone who actually understands contractual knowledge, because just because you can read it doesn't mean that you understand the linguistics or the legal terms of what you're reading, right? So before signing something or entering into some type of pact or commitment, you may want to actually do your due diligence and find out what it is that you're agreeing to, okay? Because there's something that may be hidden with trickery here. There may be something hidden in fine print. Those that you may be considering entering into agreements with may have not really been truly open and honest. Maybe there's some things that are hidden from you. Maybe there are things that are not as balanced as they seem to be, right? They may stand to gain more than you in this deal or this contract. And so there's something about a challenge around pacts that you'll enter into here as you move forward, contracts or commitments that you agree to. And it's difficult because once you sign, it's almost like you have now agreed to whatever is written in the terms, and they have a legal right to enforce it, whatever it is. And so it really is a big deal, even though it may not sound like it. So be careful what you're signing. Be careful before entering into agreements or pacts or, commitments. Be careful and make sure that you understand what you are agreeing to, because there may be some hidden things in there for you, my air sign. So be careful who you're dealing with. And even more so, if you are in a position where things feel like heavy or hard, we sometimes can tend to be a little bit more eager just so we can get out of the energy that feels difficult right now. But don't allow the difficulty of this moment to rush you into things that need time, right? If it's for you and if it's aligned, it will work out and it will end up coming around and aligning with you. There's nothing that you need to rush into. Preparedness. There's something about a challenge around, I don't know, let me see. And so there's something about working against the clock, I'm hearing, or doing something in advance. It's almost like knowing what's coming and being forewarned, forearmed, and actually acting and setting things up before this particular circumstance or event happens, so you'll be ready. So it's almost like positioning yourself for what's about to happen, if that makes sense. But there's a challenge around this. So the challenge could be around, again, not being able to move the way that you want to right now. With these energies that came out with the Oracle cards, trapped, shattered, apology, and hopeless, there may be challenges around being able to move, or position yourself the way that you need to take advantage of what you have. There's just a lot of strategy, I feel like, that's necessary for you to win. But it's difficult. The strategy seems difficult. It has to do with timing. It has to do with positioning, right? It has to do with being equipped. There's so many different elements at play here. So I guess in this situation, it would help to do as much as you can. If you are someone that can kind of see an opportunity approaching you, it may be beneficial to get everything out of the way before it comes, right? If you know you're going to have like a list of things that you need to do next week, and you have a specific appointment that you need to make sure you get everything done before the week starts, just to move everything out of the way and to clear your calendar, right? It's almost like that kind of energy. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but it's almost like moving like that, doing as much as you can before, so that you move everything out of the way and clear the path for where it is that you're heading. Being prepared. There's something about preparation that presents a challenge. And the fact that you need to be prepared, right, means that may be the challenge that's coming up for you. And there may be some difficulty around being prepared. Let's see, what else is coming in for the air signs? Yeah, there may be some challenges with time. There may be some challenges with resources. Like, these challenges around being prepared can be just different things. It's almost like your mind is there. You're willing to set yourself up for success, but there's some other challenges that will come up that'll be in the way, that may be beyond, your ability to navigate. And it feels just like a very frustrating situation, a very frustrating energy that you'll be challenged with. It's almost like knowing exactly what to do, but not really having the resources or having the ability to do it. There's nothing more frustrating than that, right? What would be a good example? Like, say you have this, maybe you have an interview at this company that you've been wanting to work for, and it's, across town somewhere and your car breaks down this week. And now all of a sudden it's like, dang, okay. So I work over here across town and I don't get off until 2. My appointment for this job that I've been wanting is at 2:30. Now I have to take public transportation. It's like everything is in place. Your mind is there. You want it. It's within reach. But then there's something challenging in being prepared that's beyond you. It's like, so I have to get off at 2 and then I have to navigate how to get over there in 30 minutes way across town, right? And so that might not be a good example, but your mind is there, your energy, your spirit is willing, but there's some difficulties around being prepared. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's coming through as a challenge for you here, moving forward. And what you don't see is thief coming out, child, and community. So there may be a situation coming up here where someone may, in fact, maybe someone younger than you, that's trying to, and it may be someone that you know. Someone that you know that may be trying to get one over on you or take something from you. With thief, there's like the indication of some kind of loss at hand, right? You don't see this coming. And if you're not careful, you may suffer a loss. And it doesn't have to be like material goods. It doesn't have to be literal, but it could even be missing out on an opportunity, right? Or it could be having something pass you by or taken away because of some approach that wasn't right. Something like that. And I feel like Spirit would want you to know that what's yours is yours. You will never have to finagle or manipulate into something that's yours. If something that you have worked for and earned is not coming into alignment for you, either it's not time or maybe it's just not yours, right? There's something about a loss here, or feeling like you've lost something, or someone has taken something from you. It could be, it doesn't have to be literal things, but it could be. So be careful who you're dealing with. Watch your pockets. Watch who you allow to get close to you. And it could also be non-literal things. Like it could be a position, right? If you share, it could be ideas that you share, right? It could be connections, valuable connections that you have. Yeah. And whatever this is, even if you do suffer loss, there's a good chance, if you are aware, like you may be able to recoup the loss. But if you're not aware and this gets away, like it's going to be a literal loss, something that you will not be able to recoup. But again, if you have honestly and genuinely earned this, then it's yours, right? No one can take that from you. That's the key to this, is understanding what is rightfully yours and what's not. Because if it is and you've genuinely earned it, no one can take it. They can try, right? And I do feel like it's an opportunity with child here, because I'm feeling like child is like building something new. Like it could be a business, something that you call your baby. It could be an idea that you're building and nurturing, right? Something that's going to actually grow and expand. Something with that type of potential here, okay? You may not even realize the value of what you have because it's in it looks very significant right now, or it's in its beginning state, like a child, but it's actually has the potential to turn into something very valuable. You may not even realize the value of what you have, but somebody does. Somebody does with Thief here. And they may in fact be watching for the opportunity to come and snag it right from under you. And this could be someone younger than you. This could also indicate you having a new beginning in some type of way, or coming up with ideas to start a new business or start a new project, a new job, or connect with a new connection or relationship. This could also indicate energies coming up around your inner child during this time in the future, and needing to acknowledge your inner child. This could come up through memories or things that will resurface about your childhood as well. And then we have community here coming out, and definitely something about community that's very important. All of the people that you have around you that you're connected to, it could be family, could be relatives, it could just be friends, it could be like-minded people, people that see things in the way that you do. For some of you, you may be actually teaming up or creating some type of community to do some type of positive work or create some type of atmosphere that's going to be beneficial. A community feels like being surrounded by good people that support you, that's going to be loyal and helpful to you. Maybe you don't even see this. Whenever you open up and need, you'll be surrounded by people who come and are willing to uplift you and assist you in any way that you need. Yeah. And so there's something about community that's going to be very important that you may not necessarily see here. People that you didn't realize had your back the way that they do, but when you find yourself in a difficult position, those that are part of your community will stand up to assist. You may not even see this coming. Let me see here. What else does my air signs need to know? What else for the air signs? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So I have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, that's that new beginning, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Chariot. For some of you, I do see moving coming in. I don't know if you're considering moving. You could be traveling across the world. I do feel like for someone, some of you air signs is very just like worrying about yourself. I don't see you really open right now or very inviting. You may be very self-involved right now, just taking care of yourself, not chasing, right? Not trying to attract, just really focused on yourself right now and your money. It feels like you're really focused right now. And not that you're moving fast, even though the Chariot is moving, it's moving strongly, not fast, right? But consciously. So how you're moving right now is very intentional and structured and just really consistent and steady, right? And you'll find that you'll be in that kind of energy moving forward here. Not really worried about time, but more so about accuracy, right? I also see here, you just been in a very grounded energy, very practical energy, very balanced, and trying to stay, out of delusional energy, trying to stay really grounded and connected with reality. Especially as it pertains to connections for many of you, it's almost like you're trying to stay, connected to reality and not be lured off into like la la land when it comes to connections or love. There's something about wanting to stay grounded. And I do see you in a very balanced energy when it comes to your monies with this Queen of Pentacles. You may in fact have people wanting to come and partner with you, or wanting you to help them build things or make money, right? There's something about you being in a very grounded position financially where people are going to work with you. I do see you starting new things again. I know Child came out. The Ace of Pentacles is that energy of starting new ventures that will be very profitable. The Ace of Pentacles is the start of something that is open-ended. It doesn't really have a cap on it. It can go as far as you're willing to take it, right? And so this is actually a really good idea, a good business venture or idea that you'll be endeavoring into. Yeah. And if you are looking for love, or if you are like venturing in that area, this will be one of the ways that you will meet your person. It's going to be through work. And this is going to be, whoever the person is going to be very practical with the Queen of Pentacles. Very practical, very down to earth, very hands-on, very balanced. For some of you, you may be receiving love messages. I get that with the Knight of Pentacles. You may be receiving offers coming through. I don't know how stable those offers are, because the Knight of Pentacles, did I say king? I meant the Knight. The Knight can sometimes tend to be overly eager. The Knight can jump into things before they've really counted the costs. They tend to just, and I said Knight of Pentacles, it's Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups tend to be kind of like a hopeless romantic. Not necessarily hopeless, but they tend to move really fast before they realize what they've gotten themselves into. Just really riding on emotions, not putting a lot of thoughts into it. It is Cups energy. They are very impulsive, even with spending. So that may be something to be careful of moving forward here, not to be impulsive with your spending, but to try to really stay grounded and balanced. This Queen of Pentacles is that grounded, balanced energy. This may be someone approaching you though, my air signs, that may carry this kind of energy. I don't think this is your energy. So this may be someone that you may be dealing with or connected to, someone coming in offering you love. Yeah. Just be careful that you don't get caught up in that energy. And how will my air signs know if this message is for them? I'm gonna take it. I usually only pull 3, but 4 came out here. So how will my air signs know if this message is for them? The first card that comes out is Artemis, brave spirit. There's a stag behind her. And there's a bow and arrow in her hand. And so you could be someone who is very independent, who walks your own path. You may be someone very connected to nature and just out there. I get wilderness energy. So you could be someone who is just really out there and you don't mind being out there. There's something very rebel-like with you, brave spirit. You could definitely be a fighter, someone that's not willing, that is willing to fight when necessary. You may even love to fight. I'm getting that. I do see you could be someone who is very ahead of the game. Like I was saying here, that preparation may be like a pain point because there's something that may come forth as being limited. that may not allow you to be as prepared as you normally are or that you would like to be. You're just that kind of person, like you're someone who's proactive. You also may be someone who is very active with rights of others, especially women's rights. You may be someone that's quick to stand up for injustice. And for whoever you are, you may be considering right now some type of retreat, a nature retreat. You may be about to head out and connect with nature in a very intentional way. Yeah. And you are someone who loves the outdoors. You're someone who likes to hike. You may be someone who loves to ride horses. You may even be someone who likes to swim in fresh water or out among, the sea life. Yeah, definitely an independent spirit, a free spirit. And you consider yourself your own authority, whatever that means. That could be spiritually, that could be practically. You are your own authority. And so you may, in fact, look to yourself as your higher power. You could be connected to the moon. A stag could be an animal that you relate to. That could be your spirit animal. There's something about stags that may be significant for you. Yeah. We also have Ra here. And so for whoever you are, you could definitely have a specific connection or some type of drawing to the sun. Now, Ra, this is all about sharing your gift. So that could be something relevant for you right now. Yeah. That may be something that you have determined to do right now in your life is take opportunities as they present themselves. You could be intentional about saying yes to as many things as you can. This energy could talk about starting new businesses or new ventures, new projects with sharing your gift. There could be something that you're opening up to right now. Okay, I'm back. My phone overheated. See all these challenges, but we're going to keep going and we're going to finish this for you, my air signs. So we were talking about Ra. Again, in energy, I think Ra was the sun god. So you could have a special liking of the sun. But furthermore, this is an energy that is really bent on using the knowledge that has been acquired. Ra is all about integrating knowledge, not just collecting knowledge, but Ra is about integrating the knowledge that has been learned and using it. So that could be where you are right now, just really looking to use what you have been taught or learned. You could also be someone who is really intentional about being accessible to others. There was an energy that came out that kind of had the energy of teaching and learning, possibly even being in a position of volunteering, charity. That may be something that's important to you. Being community oriented in some type of way. Community came out as well. So there's something about community that is really important when it comes to sharing your gifts. And you could be connected with Atlantean spirits, right? And that may have something to do with how you view yourself and your gifts. You may be someone who's into crystal healing and the psychic arts as well. I also have Dryad coming out. You could be someone who is very much connected with nature spirits. That's what that reminds me of, nature spirits, because she looks like a little fairy. She's sitting in like a hole in a tree, and so she's almost like a little being. And so you could have some connection with the nature spirits. And this is all about protecting your energy. You could be someone who is an energy worker, who could be connected with trees, with nature in some special kind of way. You could have some special kind of communication with trees. That may be how you restore yourself. It could have something to do with connecting with nature or taking a break from all the things in the world that would extract your energy. This may be a way to replenish it for you. It may have something to do with nature, trees, plants. You may use those things in some type of way to restore or replenish your energy, to purify, to cleanse as well. This is all about protecting your energy. You may be someone who is very much involved with planting. You may do some type of gardening or horticulture. You may be someone who is very much committed in that way, or you're looking to learn more about trees in particular. That's what's standing out here for me, the tree. It's like her home. She has made a safe place within the tree. And so that could be definitely something that is aligned. You may have a high regard, a high respect for nature, for the energy that trees emit and the powers that it holds for healing, right? Lastly, we have Amaterasu. Amaterasu. And so red could be very significant. That came out in this card too. That stood out to me. The color red. Amaterasu, no more hiding. Okay, no more hiding. So Amaterasu is, I do feel like this is deeply cultural for someone. And so you could be someone who is definitely steeped in your own culture, whatever that is. This sounds like it's Japanese, but it could be any culture that you are steeped in, that you have a tremendous connection and belief in. You could be someone who is very much embedded in your own culture. And because of that, I don't know why I'm getting that could be for someone a reason why you stay hidden in some kind of way, or you stay cloaked in some kind of way. She has on a cloak. And so you stay cloaked in some kind of way, something to do with your culture. But Amaterasu is kind of like an invitation to come out of hiding and to shine brilliantly, right? It's almost like you're being invited, or you could be in a place in life right now where you feel like Spirit is asking you to come out. If you've been in kind of like hiding, or you've been in a cave, or you've been hidden behind a cloak, Spirit is saying something about no more hiding, come out. This may be something that is being confirmed. You may already be getting these messages. I'm not saying anything new. I just come to confirm it, right? And so there's something about not hiding your feelings, but being transparent and vulnerable, and drawing. You could be drawing people to you if you're already there. If you've already taken the steps to be more open and vulnerable, you could have just droves of people that just eat that up when you open up and be vulnerable. And you don't censor yourself to win others' approval. You could be someone who speaks your mind without holding back. And if you're not, you could be being guided to do that right now. Okay, you could have long, very, very long hair. Something about hair here that's important. But this is all about uncloaking. So you could be someone who is kind of opening up and becoming more transparent. And it may be happening in little ways, in little steps, but you've received the message clearly and you're already moving in that way. Okay? And whatever it is that you're being called to do is going to be purposeful. That's part of you sharing your gift. For some of you, it's by word of mouth. You have the gift to gab, whoever you are. And words are powerful, you know, and so there's a lot of helps that come through you sharing, through you speaking, okay? That's what I have for my air signs, what's coming. And that may in fact be energies that you're already experiencing here. Right now, it just feels like a very, it's probably not the best of times, right? There's a lot of challenges I do see that could be happening right now, or that will come into your experience shortly here, but it's not the end all be all. The question is, what am I learning? What is the purpose behind this? What is this teaching me, right? There's always a purpose, always. And so Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask the difficult questions, because there will always be an answer given if you're willing to be open and vulnerable. Okay, my air signs. All right, that was for you. That was a tongue twister. I feel like that was, I don't know. Let me know how that resonates. I almost feel like it was just like a bunch of blah, 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 blah. But let me know. Sometimes when I feel that way about my messages, I get a response. Somebody comes along and it's like, thank you for that. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess Spirit was talking. So anywho, let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. That's what I have for you, my air signs. Until next time, it has been Blood Moon Oracle, coming with kind of like predictive energy for you, okay? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And if you are new to the page, feel free to subscribe. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing, okay? My name's Letty, and short for Leticia. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.